Now let's talk about the basic concept of copy versus deep copy. So we have a list which has these elements 1, 2, and it has a third element which is a list in itself 1, 2, 3. We create this, and now we are importing a library called copy from which we need a specific method called deep copy. We'll be needing that to demonstrate this example. Let's say we create a copy list, which is nothing but a copy of the original list. And then we also create a deep copy list, which is through this library copy, we are using the method called deep copy, and this is how it is supposed to be. We're giving that input, my list, to this deep copy method. Now what we are doing is that we are trying to modify an element in my list. And where are we modifying that? So we are saying we'll go to the element with index 2. What is the element at index 2? 0, 1, and 2. This list in itself is the element at index 2. And then we are taking index 1 within that list. So 0, 1, which means this middle element, which is number 2, we are modifying it to 9. We are assigning it a value 9. Let's see what is the difference in the my list, copy list, and deep copy list after doing this. So my list, as you can imagine, this value 2 would be modified to 9 because that's how we have done it. What happens to the copy list? It is just a copy. So would that also be affected? Let's see. It also gets affected. So this copy is actually not a separate entity. This copy is still pointing to the same reference. And that's why when we modified the reference here, the copy list also got modified. But how does a deep copy work? Now, deep copy creates a different object altogether. So if you see, deep copy continues to be the way your original list was. Any change made to the original list is not reflecting in the deep copy. Now, why is this important? A lot of times, while working on data sets, we will be required to do multiple changes. We will not be sure of whether those changes are needed or not, and we may have to roll back. In such cases, before you make any changes to the original data, it's recommended that you do a deep copy of it, so that if you end up doing changes which are not desirable and you want to roll back, you at least have one copy of the data saved. This was copy versus deep copy.